What's up, everybody? Dark Cosmic here, back with another astrology video. Today I want to talk about having your Venus in the 12th house. So what is Venus? Venus is that inner feminine energy within everybody. Venus represents the way you love. Venus represents your pleasures. It represents how you survive, what you need to survive. It represents luxury. It represents the arts, beauty. The way I like to look at Venus, like she is a young, feminine, and artsy princess, woman. And I also like to look at the planets like that. I don't describe all the planets in that way, but I like to look at the planets like they are individuals. Venus in this particular case is a young feminine woman that loves the arts, is into fashion, beauty, and is kind of a princess, and comes from probably a wealthy family, right? So we're gonna take her and we're gonna place her into the 12th house, and the 12th house is a destination, philosophically speaking, within yourself, within your chart. This is a destination. Basically, the 12th house is represented by Pisces, so it represents the spiritual realm. It represents the intangible, aspect of our reality. The part of reality that you cannot explain. You cannot grasp it. You cannot measure it. The 12th house represents the subconscious mind. It represents imagination, magic. It also represents illusions, secrets, but the type of secrets that may never ever be found, because again, sometimes you can't you can't bring this into reality, right? So secrets that can never be found. The 12th house, all right, that's all I will say about the 12th house. So we're going to place Venus in the 12th house. So she's in the house of dreams, illusions. She's in the house of spirituality. So guess what? This is the best place for Venus. She loves it here because Venus has, remember, Venus comes from a long line of wealthy, rich, successful people, right? She's a princess. She has money. She has, the arts, etc., whatever. She has all the things that she's into. But with the 12th house now, she now has the ability to use her intellect, her grounded, realistic energy. Now she has that ability to now utilize that to manipulate magic, creativity, imagination, the unreal, the unseen. So now she's basically like a magical princess now. So she is like in Disneyland. She's in her happiest state now because she can do no wrong here. Her wildest dreams can come true here. Now, this is a double-edged sword. See, Venus can sometimes find herself, I would say I can describe this placement in 3 ways. 1, Venus has done all the work necessary and has found the best lover suited for her. And this is a dream come true. 2, Venus has done no work and keeps falling in and out of relationships thinking, oh, this is the one, because she's in an illusion, Or 3, she has done some work, but not enough work. And so she can have somebody there that is perfect but she still can't see them for who they are, because she's inside of a mental illusion of what love is. So although this is a great placement to have Venus, a lot of people don't tend to play on the higher octave of it, because a lot of people have a lot of issues, a lot of subconscious issues, because again, this is the subconscious house too. So a lot of people have a lot of subconscious baggage and BS that's blocking their view from seeing paradise. But you can have, with this placement, you can have paradise, right? You can have paradise in the arts, paradise in, in love matters. But it's your choice. It's your choice how you want to see it. So, and it's your choice whether you want to do the shadow work within yourself so that you can see people, see the good in people, but not ignore all the bad, So basically finding the balance here and not being caught up inside of an illusion. So Venus in the 12th house people, what are they like? They are extremely spiritual. They love spirituality. They love the arts. They probably really love Disney Channel. All that princess Disney stuff. They really love that magic and wonder type stuff. They love, and if that's not the case, they might they can have a deep love for science, because it is a way to explain the unexplainable. This is a placement because Venus is what you love. It's what brings you pleasure. So they have a deep appreciation, and they get a great amount of satisfaction from explaining the unexplainable. So science fiction can be here. Sci-fi, science fiction. What's it called? They love reading fictional stories about love. They like to they play a lot of make-believe. When it comes to love matters, they love make-believe. That's what they love. So this placement has a very high capacity to love without, what's the word? The word love is blind. This placement has a great capacity to love blindly, for good or bad. So these people can truly love somebody through and through, even with all the issues that they have. They can really love somebody and see that one good thing within them, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It just depends on how evolved this Venus is, because they can't forget they have to still treat themselves right. Don't just love these people and they're treating you like trash. You gotta love them, and they have to treat you right as well. So as long as it's a two-way street, perfect. You have the highest capacity, in my opinion, to love somebody through and through for who they are, and not want any secrets and everything, and see their shadows and see the subconscious stuff, and really love them, and accept them for that. What are the women like with this placement? The women with this placement in their youth, because Venus represents the younger and feminine energy within a woman. So in their youth, they might have, fell into many illusions in regards to love. Many times they thought they had their knight in shining armor, but it was really a joker, because they like to love people for, who they are. They like to accept, they love the idea of love, and they dream of love a lot. They dream of love a lot. Companionship. It's a magical experience to them, and they just like that feeling that comes over them when they fall in love. So these women, they probably had a lot of partners as a result of that, because the thing that they love the most is love. They love love, and this is a placement to have the highest capacity of love. Another thing that these women, now what I just said, that's not for all of them. They might not all have been like that. Some of them might have just met their happily ever after quite early on in life, because again, this placement is geared towards having your wishes fulfilled there. So it just depends on where you are in your karmic journey in this time that we are in. Depends on where you are and how much work you have done on your subconscious self, that's what you're going to manifest. So these women, were very creative in their youth, or probably had a really heightened sense of intuition, or just really was into magic, fantasy, and the arts in their youth. Now, how they are now, they might not have maintained that. Let's say they were a painter, right? In their youth, they were a painter, but now as they grow up, they kind of left painting behind, because, like I said, this is a younger version of these women. They might leave this Venus and Pisces energy behind and replace it with their moon sign. Now, if their moon sign is also Venus and Pisces type energy, or Venus in 12th house type energy, if their moon sign is Pisces, let's say, or a Venusian sign like Libra, whatever, they might maintain that throughout their life and still be artists and still be creative and still be in a world of illusion, for good or bad, because illusion isn't bad. It just depends on which side of it are you. Are you the one getting tricked, or are you the one tricking? I don't know. So, okay. So these women, they might not be like that anymore. They might be very serious. They might be, let's say they have a Virgo moon, right? Now they're really, really realistic now. They're really analytical. They're really judgy of their partners. And, they left all that love is blind, they left all that in the fucking past. Fuck that shit. Can you pay my bills? So they're keeping it real now. It depends, it depends on what their moon sign is, and that'll let you know who she is now as she has gotten older. So, but the last thing I'll say about women with displacement, they have a really high capacity to love people for who they are, and love blindly, and accept people for their flaws. They are really magical. They can heal people with their love. This is how deeply they can love people. They're very magical beings. Venus in the 12th house people. All right. Let's go to the men. Men with displacement, men with Venus in the 12th house, are seeking women that love blindly. They don't want a woman that is going to be judging them all the time. They don't want a woman that thinks that they're better than them. They don't want a woman that is what's the word, that looks at them like they are, tries to slap a sticker of value on them, because they know that they can't just have a value on them. You can't just say, I'm worth $100, They are infinite. They are, this is what these men think. They don't think that you can just slap a value on them. So they don't want their women to treat them like that. They want women that are really spiritual, magical. They want women that are into fantasy, women that have a high capacity for fantasy. They want women that are emotional to a certain degree. They don't want a hardened woman. They want a very feminine woman. They want a woman that will follow their lead as well. Just an extremely feminine, magical, but wise type woman. This is what these men are seeking. All right. And the last thing I'll say about this placement is that with this placement, because it is where Venus wants to be the most, Venus has the potential to actually get burnt out here as well. Because sometimes you can be in the happiest place let's say you're going to an amusement park, or I don't know, just think of the best place you could ever dream of, right? But imagine you could never leave there. You'd eventually, most people would get burnt out. They would want a taste of something different in life. And so there's some people with this placement can get burnt out with having so many suitors, having they could just be over the whole love thing. At some certain point in their life, they're like, I'm good with relationships, you know? Like, they're just over that energy. They just been swept up in all love is love. And, you ever see the cartoons where the characters have the hard eyes all the time? They're tired of that. They're tired of having the hard eyes, They want to see life real, real shit now. They don't want to look at life in some kind of rose-colored glasses anymore, so they can get burnt out with the whole idea of it, and they can become a little bitter, if you will, if they feel like they've been wronged while they were having those goggles on. So that'll be the last thing I'll say about this placement. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.